My name is Jesse McLaughlin. I'm the second year fellow at New York City Audubon, and today is my Ask Me Anything here on the Fellowship Instagram account. Be sure to drop any questions that you have about the fellowship experience, about host organizations, anything at all, and I will devote my whole attention to it between the hours of 5:30 and 6:30 today. So be sure to tune in, add your questions, and I'm so excited to see them. Great question to start out with. How did I find the fellowship? I actually found the fellowship by repeatedly refreshing the career page on my host organization, NYC Audubon's website. I was trying to find an entry-level position to work for NYC Audubon, and it just so happened that the fellowship was the first and only one that came up after a long time of repeatedly going back to their website. I was motivated to apply not only because I wanted to work at New York City Audubon, but because I thought that the specific fellowship position was perfectly crafted for the kind of work that I wanted to be doing. I wanted to be doing advocacy, and I also wanted to be engaging with people. So it was the perfect role for me. And just jumping off of that last question, I also think that choosing to apply as an FAO Schwarz fellow also gives you a lot more support from an outside community, outside of your organization. But also, if you work in a field where there's limited openings, or it's hard to break in, hard to make your way in as a young person in their early career, the fellowship is a great way to get started and to gain experience in a way that not many people have the opportunity to get. The retreats are action-packed, they're fun, it's social, it's a learning experience. They were actually the thing I was most nervous about being a new fellow because I have never done sleepaway camp. I don't like sleepovers. I don't know. Like, I don't like being in a new place with people I don't know, but the retreats, I actually felt really comfortable, and there's something that I really enjoy about the fellowship and getting to see the fellows from other cities that I don't get to see as often. So they're really fun. My favorite part of my host organization is probably that I'm on a really small team of really passionate people who work really hard, and that, everyone is so supportive and kind, and that it has never felt like I am different from anyone else because I'm a fellow. I'm really like an integral part of the team, and that feels really good. It feels good to be a part of something that I believe in. I'm getting a lot of application questions, so I'm going to start answering them now. This one's on the cover letter. I'm linking a blog post from the fellowship blog from a few years ago that really helped me when I was applying to the fellowship. But really, for the cover letter, keep it under one page. Don't go too crazy thinking of what you have to write about. Really, all you have to do is kind of write simply. Who are you? Why are you applying to the FAO Schwarz Fellowship? Why did you apply to this organization in particular? And what experiences and skills have you grown and gained over your young years to make you appropriate for this position? That's it. My favorite piece of advice applying for anything that I've kept with me my whole life is actually just always keeping the mindset of I am the person they're looking for. As you're writing the resume, as you're writing the cover letter, instead of trying to think of yourself of basically like how do I make myself the person that they want, always thinking I am exactly what they're looking for. Walking into the interview knowing I am exactly what they're looking for. It's really confidence boosting. It gives you a lot of I don't know, self-love. But that's my favorite piece of advice. I mean, besides like crafting the structure of the fellowship experience. I think, you know, the biggest roles have been in building this cohort experience, building this network, and making me feel like outside of my organization, I have a whole other group of people that I can reach out to, connect with, and get support from in my, budding, growing career. All right, closing this out with a nice inspirational question. What's been the most impactful part of the FAO Schwartz Fellowship Program? For me, I think it has been the ability to get that direct service and strategic project work in the same role. That's really rare. I think we don't really talk about how rare it is, but it is really rare. You usually only get to do these strategic projects and you're kind of disconnected from the communities that you're working with, and then with direct service work, you're often, divorced from the strategy half of this. And so that's been really impactful for how I think about the work that I do to get these two halves and how they feed each other, how they play into each other. It's been really important for my career growth and my learning.